it's a war for control, you know what I mean, for your mind and your body. And that's exactly, he hit it right on the nose. Like, that's what I was talking about back in 96. You know what I mean? Confirm for people like, yo, P is talking some sense here. You know what I mean? Like, look, you hear somebody else saying the same thing what P was talking about. You know what I mean? So it makes people just want to even research it even more. You know what I mean? To find out, well, like, where he get that skit from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, maybe P ain't bugging. You know what I mean? Maybe there is some kind of truth to what he's saying. Let me go find out. So, you know, hopefully that skit to make people interested in going and find out the truth, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really going down, man. It's a war for your mind, body, and soul, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about money. They make the money, you know what I'm saying? So it's really about control, you know what I mean, over your soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people they can control as slaves, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they got us, man, with food, with fashion, with everything, entertainment, like everything, man. They really got our minds in a trap, man. You know what I mean? So a lot of people say, when you say entertainment, do you mean rap music too then? Nah, I don't mean rap music, because rap music is rebellious music from the hood. Our music started going against this machine. Like, we are the real rage against the machine, you know what I mean? It's rap music, it's hip-hop, you know what I mean? So hip-hop is not, it don't count when I say they got the world by the brain. Some hip-hop do count for that, you know what I mean? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. That's not the purest form.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember.
Violence in society is not caused by the people. It's caused by the neglect of leadership. And the police are the #1 cause of violence in society. They make the people jittery. They make the people insecure. Plus, if you look up what a police officer is in the Black's Law Dictionary, the only thing the police are supposed to be doing is keeping the peace. And they do not. So whose fault is it when you have violence in society if you're paying taxes to have peace in society and moral justice? The police are supposed to be the epitome of morality. Our children are supposed to look at a police officer and see an example of what a citizen is. Now they fear them. So if our children don't even respect the police, how are they gonna respect the law?
There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war. There's a war. There's a war. There's a war.
The government is out there trying to keep us fighting amongst each other. It's called divide and conquer, whether it's the young against the old, men against women, black against white, rich against poor, 9/11 truther against government supporter. The idea is that we're kept in little tiny fragments of society, squabbling amongst each other. What the government is most terrified of right now is that we, the American people, are waking up to the fact that we are just one American people. And if we actually come together with a single idea in mind, which is that the government is the source of all of our problems, then the government knows it's going to be finished.
There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war. There's a war. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
The people who are willing to accept the fact that the government is lying will just see it as a confirmation that they're on the right path. We still have that segment of the society that is so afraid of the government they will not let them see the signs of obvious deception and lies because they don't want to face the choice of what to do about it. But it will convince more of the fence sitters, and over time our side. They want to know the truth. They're ready to deal with the truth. They're ready to deal with the consequences of knowing the truth. It is an inevitable process right now. The American people are a sleeping giant, slow to arouse, slow to anger, and slow to forget.
There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war. There's a war. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
And the government plan is to make government so big, destroy the free market, destroy private property, destroy self-sufficiency so bad that they'll have a giant 100 million person army of total moron, TV-watching, welfare check cashing, fluoride heads that they can point as a weapon at anyone that doesn't serve them. And they plan to employ all this scum and all this weak-minded people to serve them. But, you know, I think folks are waking up across the board, and I just don't see it working.
America has broken its own rules, has broken its own laws. It's time for the citizenry of the United States to actually follow its own laws. If we stay steadfast to the Constitution at least, we won't be hit so hard with that global agenda.
Unlock people's minds, not to see what I'm seeing, not to believe what I'm saying, just to look around you and look for yourself. One cannot be told about the rabbit hole. One has to go down it themselves. One cannot be told about the Matrix. One has to see it. And it is the world that's been pulled over your eyes to hide the truth from you.